Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will be talking about everything you will be able to do during this week in World of Warcraft, and I will also remind you of a few important deadlines. So, the first main thing that I want to mention is of course the fact that tomorrow the Brewfest holiday event will start. So, as you can see, this is an event that will last for a little bit more than 2 weeks. And during this event, you will be able to get tons of different rewards and do tons of different type of activities. But this is a time limited event. So it means that once these 2 weeks have passed, you will need to wait 1 more year to get access to this holiday event again. And that's why I really encourage you, if you enjoy some of these different activities and some of the rewards that are linked to the holiday event, to try and get them during these 2 weeks and a half. So just as a reminder, if you want to take part into this event, you want to go here if you're playing with an Alliance character, so it's just in front of Ironforge. And if you're playing on an Orc character, it will be right here next to the gates of Orgrimmar. That's where you will be able to find all the different vendors, all the daily quests, and all these different things. The only additional thing you will be able to do is to kill the rare Koran Dire Brew. And so this is something you will be able to do by simply joining the queue in the group search. And when it comes to the new rewards for 2025, so here we have a few interesting ones. The first one is of course the new mount, the Brewfest Barrel Bomber, which is this really cool reskin of Mimiron's head. So as you can see, this is what the mount looks like, and basically this is just a bunch of barrels that have been put together in order to transform these barrels into this flying mount. And then you also have the mount special, which is pretty cool. Basically, you will have this beer that will be thrown out of the mount. And so, again, I think this is a pretty awesome new mount. This one will drop from Koran Dire Brew. This is the daily encounter you can do on each of your characters. So I would recommend you to start directly if you want to have a chance at getting it, because again, this is going to be a rare drop, and so you're absolutely not guaranteed to get this mount. But hopefully it's not going to be as rare as, for instance, the Big Love Rocket and these other mounts from some of the other holiday events. Then next to that, we are also getting these new bags of Brewfest merchandise. There's 3 different variants, and we are speculating right now that in these different bags, you will be able to get some of these new cosmetics right here. So as you can see, you have a headpiece, shoulders, the waist, and also the legs, and you will have them in different colors. So this is what these different sets will look like, and I think overall these are pretty cool. They look a lot like some of the different rewards we are getting through the training post, but still at least this time you will be able to get them through the event and not through the training post. And then there is also the barrel helm, which is this pretty cool cosmetic helm right here. So again, this one normally will come from some of these bags, but we'll need to wait tomorrow to confirm exactly what is the source of this item. And finally, there is this new toy, the Brewer's Balloon, which will just allow you to summon this little beer balloon right here. And again, this one will also have to confirm where it's from, even though it might either be from these new bags of Brewfest merchandise or one of the new toys you can buy from the different vendors. So again, this event will start tomorrow at 7 a.m. as you can see for European realms, and probably around the same time for North American realms, and last until the 9th of October. So make sure to not miss this event and try and get all the rewards you're interested in. Now, next to the Brewfest event, this week we also have the Timewalking event for Mr. Panarea. So during this week, you will be able to do all the different dungeons from Mr. Panarea in Timewalking difficulty. With this, you will be able to do the weekly quest that will require you to complete 5 of these different Timewalking dungeons. And when you do so, you will receive a cache of Manaforge Omega treasures with a piece of Champion's Gear. So this is something that can be pretty useful if you're still gearing up some of your different alts. For the quest, you will be able to pick it up right here in Dunegorger, or you will normally also find it in your suggested content tab. And of course, Timewalking in general is always a pretty good time to level up some of your alts and do some of these different activities. So I would strongly recommend you to do that if you don't have anything better to do during this week. Another thing that I want to remind you is the fact that you still have 2 more days to go in Vol'dun and kill the world boss Dunegorger Kraulok. The reason why you might want to do that is because this world boss will have a small chance at dropping this mount right here, Mollie, which is a pretty rare mount considering that this world boss is only up once every 6 weeks. So it means that if you don't already have this mount right now, you still have a little bit of time to go with all your different outs and kill the world boss in order to try and get the mount. This is only something you can do once per week on each of your characters. So again, there's no need to kill him multiple times on the same character. And hopefully, like that, you will be able to get your mount before the world boss goes away for the next 6 weeks. This week, you will also be able to access the first mount from the Renown from the Manaforge Omega raid. And this is here, as you can see, this glide or die. You will be able to get the Vandals Gearglider from Zoturu. So this is this vendor right here. And the mount is this one right here, the Vandals Gearglider. This is very similar to the different mounts from Shadowlands, but again, this is what you will be able to get. So at least if you've been working on it, you will be able to get this mount. And I believe it's going to be very cheap to buy. But again, as you can see, there's not really a lot of difference with the ones you were able to get back in Shadowlands. Finally, the last thing that I want to highlight as well is the fact that this week is almost the last week for you to get the different rewards from the trading post for the month of September. So if you're the same as me and you haven't done much, as you can see, this is really the week where you want to do most of it because you will still have 2 more days after that, but this is pretty short. And so if you haven't started as well, and if you're still interested in getting some of these rewards, I would recommend you to try and do that while you can during this week. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!